Hey, Christ family. How's everybody doing? I know it's been a minute, and this should be a quick one too because I'm pretty busy. I've got a lot going on with my daughter, Cayelin, so send your prayers her way for healing to happen with her and with me because this is a tough one, y'all. One day I will sit around and tell y'all all about me and what I was going through while I was studying this stuff. But this stuff is what keeps me afloat. So really quick, we're going to talk about the summer solstice. You see here, it's June 21st, and the sun is smack on Orion's wand, right? But here on Stellarium, it looks like we're going to have it even on the 20th or the 21st. It's going to be in the constellation here. It tells you Taurus. If you look here on the side, and so that's interesting. Mama Moon is going to be in Virgo when this solstice happens. I mean, depending on whether it happens on the 21st, because Moon moves fast. So let's see where she's at. On the 20th, she is in Leo. And so this is the sacred hoop. And the sun happens to be on what is called the galactic cross. So I've been doing a little research and learning from this woman here. Her name is Cayelin, just like my daughter, K Castell. And oh, she's talking about so many things. Man, but yeah, like I said, if we get a chance, we're going to read about her at the end a little bit more. But that's where all of these slides that you're about to see are coming from. Cayelin K Castell. And that wasn't her birth name. She changed it. She even got an article on the name change is a game changer. And so very interesting that she chose Cayelin. She says that it means pure joy. So I really like that. That's beautiful. So back to her slides. So because man, she's got some stuff here. So in astronomical coordinates, the galactic equator is the plane of our galaxy. So that's that purple line. And then the ecliptic is the plane of our solar system and where the planets are located. Okay, so these two planes intersect and form the galactic cross. That's what we're looking at. And the sun is right here, guys. All right, so okay, so this is one of Cayelin's slides. She said that in the native tradition, the sacred hoop represents the interconnectedness of all life and the universe. So that's these stars, the sacred hoop. And you see, this is that medicine wheel. So beautiful. It reminds me of the Essene Pyramid too, with the four levels. This is full circle. I like it like that too. And it says here that star prophecy interweaves this concept with celestial maps and traditional visions. Lakota and Hopi cosmologies foretell of a time when all life on Earth will experience a spiritual renewal. The Lakota star knowledge and the sacred hoop, Wakan, is both a map of the universe and a reflection of the earthly landscape, especially around the Black Hills. The sacred hoop of stars, as seen by the Lakota, is an asterim. And so an asterim is a pattern of bright stars, and they're made up of Sirius, Procyon, Pollux, Capella, the Pleiades, and Rigel. This circle represents the unending circle of time, space, matter, and spirit, mirrored on Earth by the red clay valley surrounding the Black Hills. So, all this stuff, man, in the Lakota and the Hopi knowledge of the stars, man, it's so important. And I'm just really diving headfirst into it because this is the first time that I've seen something connect with what I've been seeing on Stellarium. Like talk about where the sun is really at, you know? This is that mirror of what has happening in the sky on the earth that it talked about. And it said that mirrored on Earth by the red clay valley surrounding the Black Hills. Okay, so this is a historical Lakota star map, and this is the Black Hills, the red clay valley, and this is that sacred hoop in the sky, and so it's all lined up. Wow, this is kind of like what they tried to show you with the pyramids, right? Yeah, man, they hiding something about America, boy. They definitely hiding something about America, boy. Anyway, I didn't mean to get off subject, but over 20 Native American tribes, including the Lakota, use the sacred tower for ceremonies and prayers. So that's amazing. You know they call this the Devil's Tower. That's so wicked to do that. It is a sacred tower and is also known as Bear Lodge. So don't call it that no more, y'all. If anybody asks you what that is, let them know that is the Bear Lodge. And all this stuff on Earth, 7 hills, 3 sacred dwellings, are all reflecting what's happening up in the sky. And this is where the sun is, right here in this center. Wow. X marks the spot. This is the time that we're in right now. And here's another symbol that I got from Cayelin's video. And if you notice, it's a little different than what we've been told. So you got Aries over Pisces. That must be why we're seeing 0 degrees Aries in Pisces during the spring equinox. Yeah, because it's 0 degrees Aries. But all of this is movement. Look at that. Aquarius is above the goatfish. Yeah, I'm telling you guys, what she is showing is making the most sense I've ever seen or heard in my life. So you might want to tap into Cayelin K Castell. This is from her website, Shamanic Astrology, but I think it had a name change. So I'll try to find that and put it in the video link. We'll definitely be talking about it in the next up and coming video series. Here's another drawing of that sacred hoop of stars. And it's not a perfect circle, she says. It looks more like a shield. And this June solstice, the sun is rising smack in the middle. This is where it's at. This is an approximate region of the sacred hoop. And it says that the sacred hoop of stars represents the unending circle of life, time, and spirit, and circular shape is echoed in many aspects of Lakota culture, from the teepee to the medicine wheel. Pretty awesome. Guess it's been on the galactic cross for a while now. The June solstice sun on the galactic cross and on the hand of Orion, known as the High Man to the Celts, or Cayelin, son of Lug, represents the beginning of a new age, a new time. She says we are at the end and beginning of a great galactic cycle. 6,500 years ago, the spring equinox was here between Taurus and Gemini. All right. And then I guess 3,250 years ago, the Beltane sun was here. And 13,000 years ago, the winter solstice was here between Taurus and Gemini. So there is some clickety clack clock work going on up there. So best visibility in the evening sky is in the winter months from January to March, about 7 to 9 p.m. Directly overhead, you'll see this sacred hoop. And then she says the sacred hoop actually begins to disappear as it sets earlier each night in May. So we can't see it anymore right now, especially because it's up it's above us in the daytime and the sun is shining, so you can't see any of these stars. But Sirius rises into the morning sky in August. Okay, so this is that Hellenical rising of Sirius that they were talking about. Even we touched on it a little bit. Um, and that's when the entire hoop becomes visible again. So pretty interesting that all of these major stars and stuff that we've been talking about are all connected here in this sacred hoop, right? Here's another one of her slides breaking this down because this is some important time we're in right now, guys. That's why I thought to make this now. So during this summer solstice, you can understand why that sun is hitting the way that it's hitting. I was outside today and just knowing about this. So I was making a medicine wheel. So I was in the sunlight and I'm doing this as above, so below type of thing. It just felt different. Sun was hitting different. I took some pictures and I posted them too. I got the medicine wheel in the backyard, but so I'd advise you guys to do that too. Make these medicine wheels. It really helps the energies. There's this saying that Cayelin says that we inform the mysteries just as much as the mysteries inform us. So we got work to do. Get them medicine wheels made. Okay, so she says here the Lakota felt it was auspicious and worth noting when any visible planets were passing through the sacred hoop. The June solstice has been located in the sacred hoop of stars for the last 1800 years, since 198 AD, this common era, when the solstice sun was aligned with Procyon. So this is what that diagram is. You're seeing this. This was 198 common era. The sun was at 0 degrees Cancer. Okay. Now from 1926 to 2070, it's going to be right here on this galactic cross. Then it ain't leaving this circle until 4158. So we got a nice long stretch we've been coming through with the sun inside of this sacred hoop. And the Lakota, they said it was worth noting when any visible planets were passing through the sacred hoop. So, you know, some Lakotas, they probably got some words about what's happening right now. We need to be listening to them because they've been watching this for a long time. Down here it says that the June solstice is now rising on the exact cross of the plane of the Milky Way and the plane of the galaxy. So she goes on to say that Saturn enters this hoop on May 31st of 2030, and Neptune enters the hoop May 12th, 2052, and Pluto enters Gemini June 15th, 2127. So all of this is some serious heavy energy coming into this sacred hoop. And Saturn is coming first. Look, in 2030, that's only like 4 years from now. And so she does talk
Look at
about
this.
that. We got some tomorrow because I'm making this video on June the 8th right now. But tomorrow, this year, Jupiter meets with Venus at the very edge of the sacred hoop. I guess they leave the hoop on June 13th. And last year, in August, Venus met with Jupiter in exact alignment with Sirius. And then on the 28th of this month, Mars enters this sacred hoop, traveling through the hoop until September equinox. Jupiter returns to the sacred hoop on May 9th of 2036 and meets with Uranus in Cancer, 23 degrees, September 8th of 2037 near the North Node, 27 degrees Cancer. My goodness. And then Saturn, will enter Gemini May 30th 2030. She said a lot of outer planet activations are happening over the next few years, supporting the fulfillment of Black Elk's prophecy. Okay, so let's go read that. So I know this is getting long, but right before we read Black Elk's prophecy, I wanted to say something about what she just said. She said that a lot of outer planet activations are happening in the next few years. And what that means is those outer planets like Neptune and Pluto, they don't move fast. They take years to move in the sky. So for them to be visiting this sacred hoop is just like the Lakota said, it's a very auspicious time. But the other thing that I wanted to mention was you keep hearing her talk about Cancer, even though Cancer is way over here. And the sun is in between Gemini and Taurus. And so I wanted to show you a few of her slides that explain that there's a difference between signs and constellations. And she says both of them are important. So in this video, she starts to talk about the seasons. And so it is still appropriate for what we're talking about, but she explains that that constellations have two names. So that's why her wheel had Pisces over the water bearer. So you see you have Leo, but you also call it the lion. And so she's explaining why they have two names. I'll show you her wheel again really quick. Here it is. You can see got the spring equinox in Pisces. That's what I've been showing for the last couple of years on Stellarium. And I keep wondering why they're calling it 0 degrees Aries. Well, this woman, Cayelin, is explaining that. And so I just wanted to show you why she keeps calling this point, this summer solstice down here, 0 degrees Cancer. And Cancer is way over here. But if you could see, there's the symbol for Cancer over Gemini. I'm loving this knowledge. And that's why I said this is a huge compass. And I just got to keep studying it so I can talk more about it and her work too. And I'm advising y'all to study her work too. Because I know what I hear when I hear, and I know when it's good, and this is good. And so even the way she has this thing, the symbols match the constellations a little bit better, if you ask me. Even this, Virgo, just looks like a woman's belly. But okay, I could really just make this way too long. But I wanted to show you one more of her slides about how this is 0 degrees Cancer. 0 Aries is spring equinox. The next 30 degrees or 30 days is the sign or season of Aries. Then comes 0 Taurus, and the next 30 degrees or 30 days is the season of Taurus, and then the season of Gemini follows up to the next season. So right now, 0 Cancer is what's marking the summer solstice. Here's one of her pictures of how it goes. So that's the summer solstice. It's at 0 Cancer, but 0 Cancer season energy happens here. And like I said, I can't really explain it. That's how it goes. And so we see that spring equinox happening on this celestial equator, and underneath the sign of the fish. Man, it is still 0 Aries somehow. And that's all because of the movement. And the more I know, I will share more. But that's why you hear her saying that the Summer solstice is at 0 degrees Cancer. All right, so now we'll read about Black Elk's prophecy. This is the Black Elk's prophecy about 7 generations from the massacre at Wounded Knee. So that happened December 29th of 1890. And she added up the 7 generations from 1890 if each generation was for 20 years. And she said that will bring us to 2030. Okay, so if you don't know about his vision, here it is. He says, I saw that the sacred hoop of my people was one of many hoops that make one circle, wide as daylight and as starlight. And in the center grew one mighty flowering tree to shelter all the children of one mother and one father. And I saw that it was holy. This is Lakota star knowledge. Guess you could check it out. Studies in Lakota stellar theology. Ronald Goodman. Right? And Saturn entered Gemini in this sacred hoop on May 30th of 2030. That would make the fulfillment of Black Elf's prophecy. There's some more of that symbology of this sacred hoop in the Lakota. Hopefully you watched her video already because I know I posted some of them on my community page and told y'all this is it. This is what we need to be learning about right now. Yeah, this video was supposed to be short, but I doubt it if it's too short. I don't know. But I'll be back soon, guys. Continue to pray for me, and you guys are holding me up now in the spirit, and I appreciate that, and I appreciate all your comments, and we're gonna get it done. We're gonna raise this vibration here. If we haven't already, I believe it, I can feel it, I know it, and we just gotta be in that knowing, you know what I'm saying? And so here's where you can find out more about Cayelin. We inform the mysteries as much as they inform us. So it is our job to know where the sun is at. Okay, and she's got a lot of information on here. We could just come and read articles, which is that's what I'm gonna do, and I want to read it with you. All right, like this one I already read, but I want to read it with you so that I don't have to go back and read it again. I want to kind of go on this journey together. So the whirling rainbow refers to halos of rings of light that encircle the sun. This occurs when a thin layer of cirrus clouds are present in the sky and the water vapor condenses, freezes into ice crystals, and creates a rainbow of light around the sun. Yeah, I've seen these before. They're called sun dogs. Yeah, I thought it was, all that chemtrailing and stuff, but this was pretty interesting to read. This is another prophecy, though. And this, a Native American prophecy says, there will come a day when people of all races, colors, and creeds will put aside their differences. They will come together in love, joining hands in unification to heal the earth and all her children. They will move over the earth like a great whirling rainbow, bringing peace, understanding, and healing everywhere they go. We will learn how to see and hear in a sacred manner. Men and women will be equals. All children will be safe. Elders will be respected and valued for their contributions to life. The whole human race will be called the people, and there will be no more war, sickness, or hunger forever. So when you see a whirling rainbow, that is a reminder of this prophecy. She said this was taken on December 2023. See, everything is about here and now. I saw one a few years ago. So yeah, just going to be bringing you here and we're going to be learning from this woman now. and she's got a lot. Where are we at? Her home. She's got a lot. And there's a lot of stuff free. You can sign up for a free newsletter. I'll probably just be doing that, reading you guys her newsletter. She got the countdown to the solstice too. 12 days, 6 hours, and 44 minutes. All right. So check her out because that's where I'm at. If you want to know what I'm doing and I'm into right now, I'm learning about this much of this Native American cosmology as I can from her because it's all kind of already done. So many people have already done the work, and that's why these prophecies are coming true. I love it. All right. I'll be back soon, guys. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned.